Moving on now, the Chinese financial hub of Shanghai is battling one of its worst COVID outbreaks since the start of the pandemic, with record rise in daily cases. The virus flare-up has pushed the city into panic mode. In the latest, authorities have said that 3 Shanghai residents have died due to COVID, the first COVID deaths the city has reported since the start of the lockdown. As per reports, all the 3 residents were unvaccinated and were between the ages of 89 to 91 years with underlying ailments. The newly reported deaths are the first since 2 people passed away in mid-March in northeastern province of Jilin. They were the first COVID fatalities in more than a year in China. Shanghai authorities announced last week that they will punish anyone who violates the strict lockdown measures. Authorities have brought in every possible COVID measure to combat the recent flare-up, from targeted lockdowns to mass testing. Shanghai has imposed some of the hardest COVID regulations since the start of the pandemic. Despite some of the hardest measures, the region continues to witness record surge in cases. The business hub has posted over 22,000 new local cases in the last 24 hours, of which nearly 2,500 cases were symptomatic. Shanghai's COVID measures, which reflect China's zero COVID approach, have pushed its 25 million residents into a state of uncertainty. Experts believe these persistent COVID curbs in Shanghai will put immense pressure on the Chinese economy, which is now getting impacted by the disruption of supply chain across the sectors. Now, for more on this, WION correspondent Patrick Focus sent us this report from Beijing. Listen in.
Well, it certainly does seem to be an extraordinary record, and medical experts have questioned the accuracy of the data. In this current wave that we've been experiencing in China, there have been around 400,000 positive cases, and yet until today, just 2 deaths recorded, both of those in Jilin, none in Shanghai until today, and that means that the death rate up until now had been 0.5 for every 100,000 cases, much lower than the death rate in countries which frankly have better vaccination records. And remember, they're using more potent vaccines that we know are more effective against the Omicron variant. And China has had a problem in particular with vaccinating the elderly, as we know. For a little bit of context, in the latest wave to hit Hong Kong, the death rate there was 739 cases for every 100,000 positive cases. So it certainly does seem difficult to understand just how China has managed to come up with these numbers. There have also been reports of deaths where people have been recorded as having underlying health issues, but the exact cause of death hasn't been made clear.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.